Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network.
You're listening to TFG Cricket.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to a brand new episode of TFG Cricket Podcast. My name is Nikhil, and today we are going to discuss how India lost to England. England, a better side, obviously, yesterday. I have Vivek Krishnan with me. Vivek, were you surprised when Virat Kohli opened?
No, it was expected, and also because he opens for the Royal Challengers Bangalore, so not a surprise. And I think in future also he has to keep opening. Nothing wrong. But what worries me, Nikhil, yes, you have to take your hat off and say, well played England. You outplayed, outclassed, outthought India. But what bothers me is India's team planning. Okay, you only talk. This is a kind of a post-mortem you only do after a disaster has occurred. Okay, Had India won this match, probably we wouldn't have said too many things. But again, that's our job. We have to talk about something. And we spoke about Amit Mishra's exclusion. Again, I'm not an Amit Mishra fan, but what I feel is merit doesn't guarantee you success in the Indian cricket team. If that was the case, this wouldn't have been the starting lineup, let alone the 15 that has been selected to play. So Yuvraj Singh, again, now you can't talk about him because he's got the runs on the board and everything. But a few strategies, like I said, Amit Mishra was a very, very bizarre selection. And we even previewed the match. We discussed about why Rishabh Pant should be given a go. Again, not surprised that he hasn't been included in the team. This is a very dirty habit. Again, like I said, India has to learn from Australia. Australia only picked 12 players and they say 11 will be playing. That one guy is the unfortunate guy. It's not the case with India. India are like picking 15, playing only 11. So 4 are basically drinking free cups of soup and tea. That doesn't work. That doesn't help anybody. And you talk about team bonding and all that is utter bullshit in my opinion. You have to learn to be professional. You have to learn to be blunt, just the way the Australians are. And you also have to draw the courage of resting someone if he doesn't play. For example, in that final match against Pakistan, Usman Khwaja was in the squad. They had 12 people. Obviously, they had the option of resting either Hazelwood or Stark, but they said, no, we'll go with form. We have won the series, but we'll still beat Pakistan 4-1. Fantastic approach. That's how they did. And the only scapegoat was Usman Khwaja because he had been given 4 opportunities to open. He didn't score. He didn't capitalize. They said, okay, head, come up the order, bat, open, and look, we all know what he did. He got 100. So this is the message you have to send to someone, not to pick a 18-year-old, 19-year-old sensation who's the future. Just get him into your team, make him warm the bench, supply water, Gatorade, I don't know what it is, and then say, okay, we'll stick to the tried and tested guns. It's a failed theory, and you will keep failing. Because I know KL Rahul is the future. You have to invest in him. But if you just look at his number of the number of even innings given to him over the last 5-6 matches, I think people might argue that he is the future. All that is fine. And these very people will not realize when KL Rahul last played T20 for India against West Indies, he got 100. People don't know these things. But again, that shouldn't take you from the fact that he's not in the best of form, Nikhil, today. And getting out in the same mode. I don't know how many people observed this. Chris Jordan coming around the wicket. Initially, when he started over, the ball was going wide. Morgan said something. Outstanding captaincy. He realized that KL Rahul's weakness is short ball. That's how he got out in the one-dayers also. Same thing, this fielder came in from short fine leg and ball popped up in the air and that was history. So, What
about Hardik Pandya?
Hardik Pandya, I don't know. Look, in my opinion, he's more of a T20 cricketer as compared to one-day and test cricket. And I think a lot has been said about the way he bats, he goes about his business. I think he hasn't got a 10-plus score in the last 10 or 12 matches in T20s. But I think his main job is to pick wickets and just come out and slog. So let's not read too much into Hardik Pandya. And match-winning all-rounder is what, Nikhil? I mean, you might fail in 4 matches, you might win your country 1 match. At the end of the day, you're still known as a match-winning all-rounder. So that's okay. But major concern again is Parvez Rosol. I mean, if you have to play a variety spinner, there is one leggy in Yuzvendra Chahal, then you bring in Parvez Rosol. He's not working. You introduce another part-time off-spinner in Suresh Raina. If that was the logic, why did Rosol play in the first place? Why was Amit Mishra benched? Someone who picked 6 wickets in that final match against New Zealand, was your man of the series, bowler of the series, got benched for the entire series against England in the ODIs. Come T20s, you rest your 2 marquee spinners in Jadeja and Ashwin. Still this guy is supplying water. I don't understand. Straight away, just talk to him, tell him, boss, end of it. We are going to invest. And it was very, very poor of Virat Kohli, in my opinion. I don't know how many people read this. In the interview before the match, he said Rosol and Yuzvendra Chahal have the best opportunity to seal their place as the regular T20 bowlers. What are you trying to tell to your senior leg spinner that, okay, this is what I'm looking at, the youngsters only? And this is again partly, I'm a big believer that any captain, any Indian captain related to any IPL franchisee will develop his own alliance. It started with CSK. I saw Ravindra Jadeja, MS Dhoni, I saw Murli Vijay, I saw Ravichandran Ashwin, I even saw Manpreet Goni, I saw these guys coming. Ashish Nehra came in later because of Suresh Raina. You see 7-8 players out of 11. It was a Super Kings team, not an Indian team. Suddenly today, the same thing. It is Royal Challengers Bangalore. How the hell did Mandeep Singh come about? Mandeep Singh, Yuzvendra Chahal, then you see Virat Kohli, then you see KL Rahul, we saw Kedar Jadhav in the ODIs. So this is, I don't know if it helps Indian cricket, Nikhil, but this is my logic. Of course, India can obviously go back, win ODI, T20 2 and 3 and win the series. India did well in the ODIs, and we said England will be no pushovers in the T20. Now they've got a 1-0 lead. And again, the master strategy of not bowling Adil Rashid, Nikhil, because very quickly Morgan realized he was easily negotiated in the test matches. He was bullied in the one-dayers, and he realized, okay, he's a strike bowler, but still the Indians have got a good hold of him. And I think I read a stat somewhere, this is the second time, I think this came from Sanjay Manjrekar's tweet, that the second time Morgan has not bowled Adil Rashid.
But that actually shows the depth of England's squad, like in terms of bowling as well as in batting.
Absolutely, the kind of variety, the kind of depth they have, it's a very, very formidable unit. And I think England will be the favourites from here, but India you can't obviously write off India. They are playing at home. They have been wonderfully led by Virat Kohli also. And the team will realize, okay, they have to step up. There might be a few changes. I do expect this. But what I can tell you is Ajinkya Rahane's T20 career is finished. That's for sure. One-day cricket also is hanging in the balance and won't be time. I think he probably might get into the ICC Champions Trophy team, but that can be his last series, because
what I feel about, sorry to cut you here, what I feel about Rishabh Pant, you spoke about him earlier. So usually what Indian team does is they pick up a youngster, okay, and they keep him for the last match, which is usually like you win
insignificant.
You won the first 2 matches, and then just to try your bench strength you put in a youngster like this.
Doesn't help.
When such kind of situation arises where you have lost the first match, I think
all the more chances that he won't play. Because but I think that's fair. See, I have a very simple theory. All these T20 matches, all these one-day series will be quickly forgotten, because bilateral series people don't remember. What you have to see is the future. What you have to realize is nobody will care if India loses 3-0 to England in the T20 series. Everything will be forgotten in the next 2 weeks. People won't even remember in the next 2 years. So what is important is to plot a future, to see in the next 2 years where Rishabh Pant will go or where he can go. And you can tell him, boss, go play freely. Whatever happens, happens. We are not going to judge you. We'll just see. You go express yourself. That might turn out to be a fantastic move. He could go hammer and tongs from ball 1, and then suddenly you would have, wow, we have unearthed what a lovely talent and he's our future. That can be done. Or you can always say the conventional route, okay, we'll bench you. Only when it's a dead rubber, we'll play you. That does no good to anybody, boss. So it's very simple. We have to say, just go play. We don't care about the result because we are looking at the future. We are not looking at these two. Tell me, will these 2 matches matter in the long run, Nikhil?
Okay.
I mean, it's like we worry about something today. In a year from now, when we look back into those worries, we laugh about it, right? Shit, why did I even worry about it? The same kind of a thing is with the Indian team. I think this is the kind of new policy they need to adapt. I don't know. I don't see it coming from Anil Kumble for sure. Virat Kohli is the man, and hopefully he does it. Otherwise, the series is gone. But I think we have to start investing well. When I say investing, not picking and keeping them in the team. It's like you're buying a lovely pastry and you are refrigerating it very well. But if you don't consume it within a day, it's gone.
Okay, that's a good analogy, but we have seen Indian cricket team taking a very conservative approach, in bringing up all the new faces. You can read more of our articles on thefangarage.com. You can follow us on Twitter at thefangarage. Also on Facebook at The Fan Garage. You can listen to our podcast on Indusvox Media, Audio Boom, iTunes, SoundCloud and YouTube. Till then, take care.
Hey man, just help me out, man. I need some podcast, man. I haven't had a fix in a week. Just need some.
Don't you worry about it. I got podcast galore for you, man. Just go to ivmpodcast.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Thanks, man. I'm gonna check it out.